Ken Ackathorn here, my buddy Bill Wilson. You know, we know it's a Glock world. Wilson Combat has come to the aid of the Glock, and you've got some neat products. Tell me about some of the stuff you guys have come up with here.
Well, Ken, as you know, we're kind of late to this Glock party, but on the flip side of that, I think we've really done a good job and done our homework and got some really good products for the Glock fans out there. Got several new products now for the Glock. One thing, you can send your Glock in and we can do laser texturing on it to give you a really good grip. You know, good if your hands like sweaty in the summertime or wet or whatever, you know, cold in the wintertime, this texturing gives you a really, really good grip. And we do this with a CNC laser machine, so I mean every one of them is exactly the same. If you send in for example, if you send in a third generation Glock, every one of them is texture's gonna look exactly the same.
Oh, that's
you
good.
know. So that's one feature that we offer there. Got the 3.5 pound trigger connector, you know, to give you a lighter and a more crisp trigger pull on the gun. We've got oversized slide release, you know, ambidextrous slide released, you know, and we've got a oversized magazine release. You can install in your gun there.
Okay.
We do slide top serrations. We do various types of cuts on the slide for the different models. I mean, you see this one here, you know, looks like that, and then on the other side, similar to that, depending on what the markings of the gun is.
Tell me about the sights, Bill.
Okay, we've got two different options on the sights. We've got the Vickers sight here, which it's really good for fast shooting because it's kind of a pyramid shape to the rear of the blade, and so it kind of
draws your eye.
Kind of draws your eye in there. And then we also have the battle sight version, which is very similar, except it's got a lot flatter top and wider top, you know, which is a little better for precision type shooting. We got fiber optic front sights, tritium front sights.
Gold bead, I think, too.
I think we got gold bead front sights for them. But one of the biggest things that we've got for the Glock is our match grade barrels. I mean, as you know, our 1911 barrels shoot awfully damn
really
good.
well. Yeah.
And we've taken what we've learned from making good 1911 barrels and incorporated that into Glock barrels, and makes a dramatic difference in the fitting of the gun. Because, as you know, the rear of the barrel is critical to accuracy. You can't have that rear of the barrel floating around. And I don't know if you'll be able to see this on the camera, but probably going to hear this. You can see that. That's all that movement in the rear of the barrel affects the accuracy of this gun.
If it doesn't lock up the same place every time, you're not going to throw a shot at the same place.
And once you put in one of the match grade barrels, everything is locked up totally solid. I mean, absolutely no movement at the rear of the barrel. And so we get some real stellar accuracy, you know, with the stainless match barrels.
The chamber dimensions are probably pretty uniform in these barrels versus the factory?
We use the same dimensions we use on 1911 barrels.
Oh, cool.
Yeah, so
we know that sometimes Glock chamber dimensions obviously are designed to be loose for you know, combat military use, but it doesn't always produce the best accuracy when that bullet is not centered up on the bore. I know everybody I know that's tried one of these barrels raves about how well they shoot, and they're beautifully finished, great crown. I mean, when you look down the bore, you think, wow, that's a pretty impressive. And if you're really serious about accuracy, or particularly if you shoot non-jacketed, say, lead ammo, traditionally the rifle barrel is a
good upgrade.
And honestly, the new Gen 5s have a reputation of being pretty darn accurate. But everybody I've talked to literally has tried one. He said, "Man, these are spectacular."
Yeah. Well, this one didn't. It wasn't the.
It wasn't
made on Friday afternoon. This was a particularly inaccurate one. That's why I've had the guys put one of our barrels in it. You know, where on the flip side, I've got this one, Gen 3 here with a factory barrel Yeah, I just lucked out. This one here fits up good, and
Shoots great.
yeah, I'm not going to gain a whole lot by changing the barrel on this one because this one shoots pretty good.
Right.
This one here is definitely in need of a barrel
It
upgrade.
hurt. You know, I've got one of the guns with this texture on it, and I noticed when I was down at the shop, the guys actually do, to get the old texture off, they actually thin the grip a little bit in the process, not a whole lot. But the result is you get, in my opinion, a better gripping surface. It's flat, a little bit flatter. You get a better bite. And as far as I'm concerned, I think it's really a big improvement to how well I shoot and run the Glock. And by the way, everybody that shoots mine and grabs hold of it goes, oh man, I like that.
Yeah.
So that is a real upgrade. I think it's pretty cool. You guys are moving forward with Glocks, and some of these new products I think are going to be pretty popular.
Yeah, well, as you know, we've had real good success with our Beretta projects, both
Yeah.
with the collaboration guns with Beretta USA and also with all the accessories that we brought out for Berettas. And so, you know, it's just kind of a natural progression. And, you know, the next step is, you know, working with SIGs.
Well, I think something just slipped out there on us, but I think there's some great stuff. Based on what I've seen, the future looks pretty bright for Wilson Combat.
Thank you, Ken. Appreciate it.